Does your car sound like this? So the first thing you want to do is remove everything in your trunk. Make sure that you're spacious, that you're able to work here, so you can have your tools here. Then you're going to close this. And then you're going to bring your seats down. Once your seats are down, now you have enough space to go through and remove your fuel pump. Once you're here, you're going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. All you need is a Phillip head. And then you're able to look at what you're going to remove. The first one that's obvious is this one right here. This is the first wire we're going to work with. All you got to do is just tap right here where my thumb is. You lift it up with your thumb and you push out. You push away. And there you go. That's out. All right, so once you're here, the first thing you want to do is try to remove this blue tab here. And then the second one is this one. All you gotta do is just take your thumb right here, your finger, apply pressure inwards and pull up. Just like that. And now for the blue tab, you want to take a flathead in right here in the center, pry up, and then this bad boy will come out. All right, for this green one right here, you're gonna want to stick your flathead, apply pressure here. See how it's going back in? You gotta put some pressure inside here so the green groove stays down, and then you just pull this out. Okay, I'm gonna need both hands to do that. Just like that. Make sure the other side is out, and then you're good. Well, there you go. They are all removed. This one, that one, and this guy that was plugged here. All right. You gotta love Amazon Prime. I purchased the pump and this is the pump removable ring tool. When you get to the point where you want to remove your old pump, that metal ring, that bracket that you're gonna have to keep moving sideways, it's quite difficult to do with just a flathead and a hammer. So I purchased a removal tool for it, which is this bag here. And then the box below is the actual pump. So let's go ahead and open it up. All right, so the removable tool is right here. It just consists of these 3 brackets, including this one right here. That's all you're gonna need, and I believe you're gonna need a socket wrench to constantly move them around for you to remove your fuel pump ring. So let's go ahead and now open up the actual pump. All right, this is the pump. Let's see if this is for the Hyundai Sonata or, yep, there you go. Sonata 2006, 2010, perfect. Now let's go ahead, see if I can open this up with my left hand, even though I'm a righty. Okay. And not too bad. So this is the actual full housing. I didn't just get the fuel pump, I got the whole equipment here. My car is at 173, and it was about time that I got a new fuel pump. Well, not about time, it was that time. I just gotta play with the lever here. See this lever right here? Just gotta let me get it out of the bag first. All right, so I removed it out of the bag, and the only 3 components that come here is the rubber gasket O-ring. This is the fuel pump line here, including the actual fuel pump. It's pretty cool how this is already built in. I assumed that this wasn't going to be built in. You would have to do it yourself. All I gotta do is just unscrew this, remove the plastic bag, and you're good to go. Just make sure that you know where these are going to go. I'm gonna have to do that when I get to that point. So let's go ahead and let's go to the trunk of my car and remove the old one. Before you start removing that metal ring lock, you're gonna want to have to clean it first, because once you start removing that and you start taking out the old fuel pump, all that dirt and grime is gonna go inside your fuel tank, and you don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and try to get as much as you can. Get all that dirt. And now I don't have any towels, unfortunately, so what I'm using is baby wipes. So I'm treating my baby like a baby by using baby wipes. That is what I'm doing. You see that? Now there's a lot of it. Now take your time. Don't rush, because when you get too hasty, you start making mistakes. Just take your time, get into detail. Even though this is the fuel pump that you are going to remove and you're probably going to discard it, you still want to clean it up, just so when you start wiggling it around, you're not getting any of that stuff inside your tank. All right, I'm being repetitive now, so let me just pause the video and focus on cleaning this out. Now, if you decided to purchase one of these removable tools for your fuel pump ring, which is the metal bracket, all you need is a 10mm socket wrench. You loosen these up. Remove, again, you only get three screws. Put one here. Okay, the reason why you're not tightening is because you're gonna have to figure out the space between the bracket, the grip, and your lock. So let me go ahead and play with that now. That is the perfect position to have that removable tool for the fuel pump lock ring. So let me go ahead and start spinning it out. All right, so here's the process of removing that fuel pump ring, that lock. I'm gonna show you guys something that this tool did. I would say it's a 50-50. It's a love and hate type of tool. It's quite easy. I mean, you do need to apply a lot of pressure to remove it. However, it does damage. See that? I didn't like that. I'm gonna fix it. That's not a problem. But for those who are trying to be hasty or not aware, you are pushing it. When you start twisting it with this type of groove here, it'll not only will it move it to the left when you're trying to open it, but it'll also bring it up. And that's what happens. So it's a love and hate. It is quite easy, but I'm almost done. I just have a few more to do, and that's about it. All right, so now I'm done. As you can see right here, this is now completely loose. I came out of the groove. Now, I have to say, I'm gonna rate this tool. I'm gonna give that bad boy a 6 out of 10. Why? Because I took more time adjusting it to the groove more than I would use a flathead and just my hammer. I'm not going to lie. Most of the time I was wasting adjusting that, then I would easily just use that hammer and chisel or the flathead. This did help in the beginning because it was very tight, and that helped. That's why I'm giving it a 6, not a 5. I'm giving it a 6 because it did help in the beginning. But after a while, it was just getting loose, and each time I would tighten and use all my force, with the wrench, it will just loosen itself. So I'm giving that a 6 out of 10. I ended up doing this with my flathead and hammer. And that's about it. Okay, I'm just showing you guys. I know this is damaged. I can fix these two that are sticking out, but I just want you guys to see the groove of the lock. See how this little ring on top faces up? So don't put it down this way. Put it up like that when you're gonna put it back. All right, now that I'm gonna take out the old fuel pump, keep in mind there is fuel in that tank. So when you're pulling out the old one, you're gonna have gas coming all over your seats. So I recommend do not do it through your seat side, do it through your trunk side. Get on the trunk side, put a plastic bag, put another bag by your seat so there's no stains. And let's go ahead and take this guy out.
There you go. And now splash it. There you go. Okay.
All right, now let's go ahead and remove that ring. Doesn't really matter what side, it's both the same side. All right, this is a new ring. Let's go ahead and put it in. And that's how it's supposed to look. Now let's go ahead and put in the new fuel pump. All right, before you discard your old fuel pump, you will need this green clip here. Remove it because you're gonna need to put it in your new pump. Take the floaty, put it in there, as so. Once it's in there, you start turning it. There you go, make sure your O-ring is in there, and then you're good. Just center that O-ring. And now for the lock ring, these two, they're sticking out. I'm gonna use a plier here and I'm gonna just apply pressure and bring it down. I did my best. The only one that looks offset is this guy right here. Let's see how that works. Remember, when you take your lock ring, this piece, the inner circle, needs to stick up. Do you see that? Okay. Best thing to do is keep one hand on the new fuel pump and take your other hand and start playing with the lock ring, and to make sure that every single one of those slots are being locked in, especially the one over there, because that's the hard one you can't really see. So work with that one first, and then you can go ahead and make sure the other ones are locked. You can either use that bracket that you purchased, or you can use a flathead just for now and then start pushing you away, having this part right here set into this groove. You can use a fly head just for now. There. You can start pushing it in, and then once you feel confident, you can use this. Or you can use a hammer and start banging that in. So let me start doing that now. I think I snapped it. Yeah, I snapped it. All right, it's all right. Now it's time to put in the new one. Oh, that's the new one. All right, I may have put it. Yeah. Well, let's see. Can I go like that? I may have. Nah, you're good. There you go. Both of them are in. Now, just these two, which are right here. But before I do, I just gotta finish this off right here because it's still a little loose. All right, the bad boy's in. Now let's go ahead and seal this up. All right, I was able to put the ring lock back in its groove, and now all I gotta do is just plug in the last two, which are these two right here. Plug them in with these, and then I'm gonna seal them up with the 4 screws, and then I'm gonna start the car. When you close this one up, make sure you hear that snap, which is right there. You have to hear it. If not, it's still open. Same goes with that one. All right, make sure that you seal the metal plate with the 4 screws, and you're doing them evenly. 1, 2. That's tight. Then we'll go with this one. Tight. And oh, there you go. That was a little loose. Make sure they're evenly tight. And that's it. And now let's test the ignition. Okay, AC. Okay. Off. Back with the AC. I'm not going to turn on the car yet. Okay. I'm doing this so everything can get programmed again. I also want to hear the fuel pump. That's why I have everything turned off. Okay. Okay. Now. And there you go. That's all it was. That was my emergency brake that you heard. And that was it. The car is running now. That fuel pump had to go. It was that time. As you can see, I have 175,000 miles. And that baby is running now. All right, everybody. Sorry, it's actually been 2 days of this project just because, like I said, I had to take my kid to football practice. So I had to stop, and when I came back, it was already 7:30. It was getting dark, and I knew I needed light, especially when I wanted to close up that pump lock. That was the tough one. That was the hardest part, was that lock. Everything else was easy, but that lock. When you have to put that lock back in, they all have to be back inside its groove, and then you got to seal it. You need a lot of light just because of that angle. But aside from that, you're all good. All right, guys, thanks for watching.